Ladies and gentlemen, the past week has been upheavals. The past week has been exposing a cancer which is currently within our ranks. And while, yes, this cancer may not just be to this one individual or in groups of individuals, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. This person is a disgrace to what it means to be a fan. For this is a faux fan. This person is nothing more than a cancer, a sheep, or correction, a wolf in sheep's clothing, who dares claim to be a fan of Gate, of many other franchises, but instead is nothing more than a infiltrator, an instigator, an absolute snake in the grass. And going forward into this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be exposing TomRichMan and more than a few of his accomplices, as well as the damning silence of one Falcon of Gate, the War of Two Worlds, as well as much more. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Al, this is just fan fiction. Why should we give a shit? You actually should, considering that in this video, and much of the evidence I've been shown, this person has not only, of course, conducted sexual harassment, but also harassment, extortion, blackmail, even straight-up doxing, threats, even threatening a federal government employee, and much more.
My God, that's crazy.
And when digging into TomRichMan's past, and the current TomRichMan, I found deep, deep evil that he has hidden, but we shall drag into the light. Ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, you ask for evidence. I give you evidence. For what you're about to see are screenshots taken from an insider, someone who has been brave enough to come forward, whose name shall be withheld, as well as their names of multiple people who have given these screenshots shall be withheld for their protection alone. And as such, I present to you this, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right!
Where to begin? Where to even begin? Well, let's just go ahead and bring the biggest one. TomRichMan claims to be someone who is, has a public persona. Something to hide the evil from within. A supposed friend of Falcon. And Falcon, who has basically enacted their Fifth Amendment rights to remain silent, is damning to say the least.
I don't like where this is going.
We had hoped that he would speak out against this, and hoped that Falcon would actually speak out against. I even reached out to Falcon, trying to see if they have a comment, which of course even reminding him of his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. But even then, a person with this much shit against them, against this one person who they are associated with, should have spoken out and distanced themselves from them. But no. Instead, Falcon's damning silence is nothing more than a condemnation of their own innocence, and instead confirms their guilt.
Disappointed!
And yes, guilt by association, ladies and gentlemen, is still guilt. And that may be a leftist tactic, but as you're about to find out, TomRichMan is not just an imperialist, not just an apologist, not just anti-American, but is also a member of the radical leftist organization of Antifa.
You're fucking a white male! So? You're a white man!
As well as other radical communist and socialist organizations. And yes, while I may not have the screenshots, this has been confirmed by more than one person who knows Tom personally. Yes, TomRichMan is a leftist, is a socialist, is a communist, is a Marxist. TomRichMan is a snake in the grass, red son of a bitch. And as such, ladies and gentlemen, it is our job to expose what this bastard is, and basically let the communities know that TomRichMan is excommunicado to all fanfiction communities. And as such, we should enforce this excommunicado to him and anyone associated with him, including Falcon. And I know that may be a wide brush of guilt to basically paint on someone, but Falcon's silence is damning to say the least. Not only that, but the fact that they planned a raid and even brought in child pornography to literally take down more than one server is damning to say the least, because being associated with that in the US is not good. The worst part of it is, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact of the blackmail alone. Even I myself, they attempted blackmail on. They attempted to threaten me with doxing. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike the thin-skinned online generation, I'm not threatened by your doxing. Because here's the thing about Tennessee. In Tennessee, we have the legal, especially for farmers, if you come down to someone's property and you threaten them, or you have a threatening intent or intent to harm someone bodily, the state of Tennessee has given us the legal right to shoot, to kill the threat. Not shoot to wound, not shoot to scare, shoot to kill. And yes, my family has done that more than once. And will continue to do that, if it means to defend my family, my farm, my livestock. Because that's what the Second Amendment was there for, and dear God Almighty, we are going to exercise that Second Amendment to defend our family, our farm, and our land, as well as our livestock. Ladies and gentlemen, the doxing alone is what damns this, and what damns them. Not only, of course, threatening a federal government employee of the United States, also clear blackmail alone. While, yes, you may claim that what Tom did to the federal employee was not blackmail, I say otherwise. Because blackmail, even extortion as well, even harassment as well, falls under what Tom did. Not only that, but also invasion of privacy and illegal attaining of one's own personal information, which he could have used to steal that person's identity and literally cause fraud or even other white-collar crimes. Now, again, it's this sort of thing that damns him as well as anyone associated with him, and literally makes us look bad. Just like with airsoft, just like with real steel shooting, competition shooting, sports shooting, anything of that nature. Anytime something happens that makes us look bad, we have to double down on people to basically make sure that they don't look bad. And this alone makes us look bad. So I say to anyone who is associated with TomRichMan, expose the son of a bitch. Take any evidence you have to get him locked up. He has broken more than a few laws and should be locked up. Falcon alone should be brought into an investigation. Hell, from what my family, who does work with federal bureaus, as well as some who does work with other police officers, as well as some who do work within law enforcement agencies, have said, there are pending investigations now since I've shown them the stuff that I've been sent. So yes, people associated with Tom are now possibly under federal investigation, if not investigations from their own local law enforcement agencies. Now, whether or not that is going to happen, or any fruit come about it, I don't know. I will be kept up to date by my family, who do work with the police and are federal investigators, and do work within federal law enforcement agencies, to actually let you know if something comes of that. But, ladies and gentlemen, what I will say is this. We need to bring these people to the light. If you can expose them, if you can actually get them, not just banned, but also actually have justice done for the victims of their crimes, then by all means, bring them in, bring them down. For we as a community must not allow such things to continue. TomRichMan is a cancer.
And we are the cure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've spoken my piece on this. I presented you the evidence. I've given you everything I can on the current situation and what has happened. So it is up to you to decide what to do, ladies and gentlemen. It is up to you to bring down the corruption that is within our community. It is up to you to expose the rat, the snake in the grass, the wolf in sheep's clothing. It is up to you to make sure that justice is done. As such, ladies and gentlemen, if anything new should happen, a follow-up video will come above it. All the information I've given is 100% authenticated and accurate. And as such, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and let's try and make sure that this sort of shit never happens again. And to Falcon, I say, you are the damnedest of all. You're a coward, a fence-sitter, someone who could have helped, but didn't. So to those who have been victimized by your silence, I say, I hope you sleep well at night, knowing that you could have stopped this, you could have helped the people, you could have put a criminal behind bars, and you could have saved lives. But, till then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and I will see you lovely, lovely people in the next video, and the next expose as we expose more criminals within our community. Till next time.